to our live stream. It is Sunday morning here in Italy. Where are you in the world?
Every day's a new day to learn, to discover your empathy. Every day's a new day to learn and to be vegan with me.
I'm Miss Katie. I've been vegan for almost 10 years. Don't eat ducks.
Every day's a new day to learn, to discover your empathy.
Hi.
Every day's a new day to learn and to be vegan with me.
Do not pay for anyone to take the feathers out of ducks and put them in pillows.
Every day's a new day to learn, to discover your empathy. Every day's a new day to learn and to be vegan with me.
Thank you for coming, everybody. Vegans don't ride horses because we don't believe in enslaving
Every
anyone.
day's a new day to learn, to discover your empathy.
Hi.
Every day's a new day
Yeah.
to learn and to be vegan with me.
Yes, I do live in Italy now. Part-time in Italy, part-time in Canada. So yeah, vegans don't believe in riding horses because we don't think of them as cars or as bicycles or tricycles or motorcycles. Horses are here for their own reasons, not for us to enslave and force to go left, force to go right, force to go into a stable overnight. We just think that horses should be free. And you know what we have on the back here of this horse? That's a dead cow. A saddle is a dead cow. So that's not okay for us. We don't think it's all right to hurt the innocent. All right, so thank you guys for coming today. Vegan forever. Hey, thank you very much. Thank you, by the way, if you're sharing the live stream with people that you know or love. If you have people in your life that are mean to animals, don't share this with them, because we're here to just talk to people who actually care about animals. But if you can think right now of somebody that you know loves their pet, for example, they already love an animal like a cat or a dog, this would be a good place to start, because most people understand that animals feel pain and they want to live like us, they have emotions. So if you share the live stream with somebody like that, they might be able to make the connection and get a click. No rodeo hats, TikTok, no thank you. I don't want rodeo hats on my head. That is something that I dread. But thank you guys. We have 552 of you guys who are here on TikTok. Thanks for coming so quickly. It is 8 o'clock in the morning here in Italy. Where are you guys all from? Let me see. Okay, we have Luke is here. We have, Holly. No rodeo hats on my head, okay? I don't want anything to do with the rodeo industry. That's a very cruel industry. We don't want to hurt any animals. We're here to protect them. Okay, you did share the live stream. Thank you for sharing it. Tell me who you shared the live stream with. Tell me if it's who it is, like how you are related to that person. Did you share it with somebody like a sister? Or did you share the live stream with a brother? Or is it somebody like your boss or your neighbor? And tell me why you shared it with that person. Like, what is it that you respect about somebody that you would share a live stream about saving animals? You know, like I said, I don't want you to share the live stream with anybody who is cruel. They will not get it. Like, if you already know somebody who hates animals, we're not going to be able to get them to understand that animals feel pain. Do not share the live stream with anybody who thinks that plants feel pain, because they just don't have the intellectual capacity or the moral integrity to follow this channel. This channel is for people who are smart. This channel is for people who have a heart. All right? Okay, so I'm glad we got that settled. All right, let's see who we are. Let's see, who's all here. All right, we got somebody from Australia, America 109. 109. Okay, so tell everybody if you mean AM or PM. So the reason I like to ask people what time it is, where they are in the world, is so we can see that we're all from different time zones. Right? And we're not the center of the universe. The reason I started doing that is one time I posted something at like 8 in the morning and somebody said, go to sleep. It's 2 in the morning. And I'm like, no, it's not. Right, so let's go through it a little bit. Let me just go also look over here at my YouTube channel. Okay, somebody says that they are from zucchini's not a place, but okay, good. I'm glad that you are promoting eating zucchini. Zucchini is a vegetable, and yes, you should be eating it. Where's it? Where are you guys all from? What is vegan? Asked somebody. Oh, vegan means you don't hurt animals. Vegan means you don't steal from animals. Okay, vegans don't steal anything from animals. We don't steal their joy. We don't steal their freedom. We don't steal their milk. Vegans don't steal eggs from animals. We don't rip off their skin and turn it into shoes. So vegans don't buy leather. Vegans don't buy wool. Vegans don't buy feathers. So we wouldn't buy like a feather pillow, like I said before. Vegans would go and get a pillow or a blanket without feathers inside because we're nice. We just like, and most of you guys are nice. Most of you guys probably never thought about it. And most of the pillows that you buy in the regular stores, they're usually vegan anyway. So the material on the outside is usually cotton and polyester, right? But vegans are basically, we're just the same as you. It's just that we thought about it a little bit longer. That's all. You know, that's why I say it takes 100 clicks to become vegan. You get the message in your head and in your heart, and you're all at the right place to start. Okay, so somebody wrote here that bacon is delicious. Your comment was actually banned from TikTok. Do you know why? Because I took the word bacon completely out of the list because so many people were spamming that word and just being cruel. So bacon is a 6-month-old baby pig. Right? So the reason I saw your comment is because it was written very lightly with a zero, like a line through it. Okay, so nobody else saw it except for me. Right? So the reason that I don't want you guys to write words like bacon is because I'm here to protect the animals. And if you're saying that you like the taste of them, that's being racist towards them. Okay, hold on. I just saw a super chat go by out of the corner of my eye. Let me see if I can catch it over here. Okay, here we go. Vegan from McDo. Okay, McDonald. Okay, well, I see what you're saying. A vegan from McDonald's. Well, there are apparently, I don't know, apparently there's some vegan things at McDonald's. I don't go there. I mean, I don't remember the last time I was there. Oh, yes, I do. The last time I was there, I was at an event for vegans, and it was outside. And we were holding signs and TVs. It's an event called Anonymous for the Voiceless. And I was filming around there. And I had to go to the bathroom. No, because, well, not actually, didn't have to, I had to go to the bathroom, but also I needed to charge my phone. And so I went in there just to charge my phone. And I didn't buy anything, but I sat at a little booth with these two, I approached these two women that were there. They looked pretty safe. And I said, hey, do you mind if I sit here and just plug in my phone? And they said, okay. That's the last time I was ever at McDonald's. All right, so, but thank you for reminding us to think about our choices. I don't know if I should press a heart on your comment. I don't know what you're trying to say. Vegan from McDonald's. I don't know what you're trying to say. Maybe put another super chat in and make it a little bit more clear, okay? All right, so let's get somebody in here, okay? We're going to talk about these different cards on my desk. We're going to talk about why it's important not to steal the milk from cows, okay, and not to eat them. You don't want to eat cows. Why on earth would you ever want to walk up to a cow and just like stab the cow? It's like, it's super sad. Okay, I know you guys agree with me. Cows are just big puppies. Right, so we're going to read a bunch of cards, okay? We have a ton of these cards. Many, many, many cards, and we're going to read them in all just random different order, okay? So let's start with this one, which says, being vegan helps both animals and the planet. Do you want to save the planet for future generations? I do. I have 3 children and I have 2 grandchildren. And animal agriculture is one of the leading causes of deforestation, ocean dead zones, air pollution, all of it. It's all connected. All right, let's get somebody in here. Now remember that, guys, if you come in to read over here on TikTok, what does this say? Find drop-in guests. What is this? Find drop-in guests. Don't know what this button is. Okay. Okay, we have somebody. Oh gosh, hold on. Oh my goodness, I didn't want all these people to come in. What is going on? I pressed a button and there's 50,000 people trying to come in. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. I'm gonna have to disconnect all of you. I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't mean to add 25 of you guys. What is happening? Oh my God. TikTok! No, How do I stop this? Oh my God. And okay, let me just end all of these. I have to disconnect like 20,000 people. Oh boy. Okay, hold on. Let me try and see if I can press the button here. 30, what? A ton of guest requests. Okay. Oh, I know. Disconnect all. Okay. Woo. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm really sorry, TikTok. I did not mean to add a million of you guys at once. There's new buttons here I'm trying to get used to. Oh gosh. Disconnect all. Okay. All right. Hold on. Oh my goodness. They keep popping in. What are we going to do with all you guys? What is happening? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of you guys. Okay, no, I don't want you guys. Okay, wait, maybe how does it work? Do I press 1? Follow back, disconnect. Cardi is vegan. How do you? I'm going to have to start the live stream over on TikTok, guys. It's making no sense. There's so many of you here, but nobody's talking. Oh, wait, maybe I have my volume down. Hold on.
So good.
Oh yeah, there they all are.
Big black out of a cup.
Hey guys, thanks for coming. Okay, let's restart that live stream. Oh my gosh, we just had to restart that. I have no idea what just happened, but there's a lot of cruel people there. Let's try this again. Resume live, cancel. Okay. Go live, restart. Okay, we're restarting the live stream over on TikTok. Let's see if we could do a better job this time. Okay, so thank you guys for being here. Yeah. Wow, that was crazy. So we're reading these cards here, and it says here, being vegan helps save both the animals and the planet. So what about you guys over here on YouTube? Let me see what you guys are writing. You're vegetarian? Oh no. Don't be vegetarian. Vegetarians still hurt animals, guys. Okay? You can't be vegetarian. You have to be vegan. Let's see. Let's see if I can get to this person. Okay. One person at a time. Vegans don't hurt cows, but vegetarians do. Vegetarians still drink cow's milk, which means that the baby boy cows in that industry were killed. Okay, I don't think you really want to kill baby boy cows, right? Hello. Welcome to my live stream. Hi, are you a nice person?
Yeah.
Okay, you sound like you're just a little kid, so I'm going to remove you, okay? And you also sounded hesitant when I asked you if you're a kind person. You're like, yeah. Okay, so we need somebody to come in who is an actual adult. Guys, if you want to come to the top of the list, you're going to decorate with these little rosy things and stuff, and then you go to the top, and TikTok will put you at the top of the list. In the meantime, guys, a field can produce up to 15 times more plant protein than animal protein. Think about that. Isn't that cool? When used to grow crops instead of raising animals for food. That's awesome. That means being vegan is great for the animals. It is great to be efficient when we grow crops. And being vegan is also so good for your health. You will reduce your chances of getting a heart attack. Do you have anyone in your family who has ever had a heart attack? See, if you've had anyone in your family who has a heart attack, that means you might be genetically predisposed to getting one. If you have anyone in your family who has cancer, you might get cancer. My mom had cancer, you know? So by me being vegan, I reduced my chances of getting cancer. And my dad, he died in his sleep. We guess it must have been a heart attack. So that's another thing that I'm trying to prevent as well. We have a less chance of getting a heart attack if we are vegan, less chance of getting a stroke, less chance of getting cancer. Do you guys know what a stroke is? A stroke is when you have a clot inside of the arteries in your brain, and then the other side of your body becomes paralyzed, right? That's not fun because it means you can't talk properly and you can't eat properly, so you drool. So if you don't want to get a stroke, be vegan. You're going to be less likely to get a heart attack, a stroke, cancer, and also type 2 diabetes. So type 1 diabetes is the one that you're born with. Type 2 diabetes is what people get if they don't eat properly and take care of themselves. So vegans are very unlikely to get type 2 diabetes or any of these other diseases, right? So being vegan is great for everybody. Eat plants directly. In other words, don't filter them through animals first. Makes perfect sense, right? Right. Okay, so let's sum up what we learned with the first card, okay? Vegan, good. Vegetarian, bad, because vegetarians still pay for innocent animals to be harmed. In the dairy industry, this is what happens. The mother cows are forced to be pregnant. That's not okay. Now imagine that you were born in the body of a cow for some reason, okay? Just use your imagination. Okay? You were born in the body of a cow. If you were born in the body of a cow in the dairy industry and you were a boy, your life would be over right away. They kill the baby boy cows because they consider them useless, and people rip off their skin and make leather bags out of them. So if you've ever seen soft leather, a soft leather coat or a soft leather bag or soft leather shoes, that's a baby cow. A baby boy cow who was killed in the dairy industry. It's absolutely heartbreaking. So that's why you should never drink cow's milk, because you're paying for this cycle of violence. Okay, and don't eat cheese either. So when you are a vegan, you are being a kind person because you are really trying hard not to hurt animals. All right. Oh, I just got a super chat. Hold on. Let me just read it. It went flying by. Sorry, guys. Let me just check. Okay, this is by somebody named Wasian on Wheel. A Canadian. Hey, I'm Canadian too. I just happen to live in Italy right now. What did you write? If you're vegan, then why do you eat animals' food? I don't eat the animals' food. I don't know why you would say that. Today I had for breakfast, I had a banana, and that was my food because I paid for it. Okay, animals have their food and we have our food. I ate a banana mashed up with some pieces of apple mixed in, and I had oatmeal. So a little bit of oats. I almost every morning I eat a little bit of oats, chia seeds, flax seeds. You have to grind them up and mix that in. 1 tablespoon of chia seeds, 1 tablespoon of flax seeds, 1 tablespoon of hemp seeds, and 1 tablespoon of walnuts. The walnuts are chopped pretty small though. So I put that all together with some soy milk, and I add all kinds of fruit to that. And I put cinnamon for flavor. So basically, if you want to stay healthy as a vegan, do not ever drink cow's milk. It's not good for the cow. The cow is forced to be pregnant and her baby is kidnapped and killed. But do drink soy milk, okay? Because mama bears, mama cows have a right to stay with their babies, right? Do babies have a right to stay with their moms? Yeah, Brian says yeah. Do babies have a right to stay with their moms? See what you guys are writing. Yes, exactly. Thank you. Hi, Sophia. Thank you. Yes, babies do have a right to stay with their moms. Yeah, and who else said this? Kaylee. Kaylee, I can tell you're a nice person. I don't know if you're vegan yet, okay? But you're just getting some clicks. It takes 100 clicks until you're vegan. So that's like a light bulb moment. It's like just a quick moment where you realize, you know what? You know, that vegan teacher's right. We shouldn't be hurting animals, right? So when you're talking about the dairy industry, well, just basically don't eat any cheese ever again either. But don't worry, you're going to be okay without it because there's vegan cheese. That exists, okay? So thank you, guys. Let's go to the next person. Who wants to read a card? Right, remember, you have to be over 18 to come in. This person's name is Donut Song. Hey, I think you were here before. Somebody else's name is Secret Spam. I'm not gonna let that person in. But donuts can be vegan, but you have to make sure you get the kind with no eggs and no milk, all right? So if you go to most places, they actually are not vegan donuts, unfortunately, but there are vegan donut companies. For example, in Montreal, on the island of Montreal, where I live in Canada, there's a donut shop, and oh my God, they are so good. They are so delicious. Vegan donuts are, seriously, I think they're better than the other kind of donuts, right? Okay, hi, welcome to the live stream. I think you've muted yourself. Hello. You have to unmute yourself. I don't know if you know where the button is, but you have to do it yourself. Okay? If not, I will go to the next person. Oh, I just saw a super chat go by. Hold on. Let me try and get it. Okay, here we go. The person's name is Neomimi. Neomimi gave a $2 donation and wrote, I'm from Brazil. I'm not vegan, but you sound kind. Oh, well, thank you. But listen, you have to be vegan, okay, from now on? Because look, if you want to be kind and not just sound kind, you have to stop stealing milk. from the baby cows, okay? It belongs to them, and moms have a right to keep their babies with them. It's just absolutely sickening what we do to these poor cows, okay? So from now on, you can be vegan, okay? Person from Brazil, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna press a heart on your comment because I'm gonna assume that you're on your way to changing, all right? It takes 100 clicks to be vegan. 100 clicks means 100 light bulb moments, and you guys are getting it. All right. Oh, I have another super chat here. Okay, this person is named Movie Fanatic. Movie Fanatic writes, if you are starving on an island, oh, this one, we always get this. Okay, I'm not even going to read the rest yet. I'm going to just assume, okay? I could be wrong, but here. Usually it's like, if you're starving on an island with a pig, would you kill the pig? And the answer is no, I wouldn't kill the pig because I'd be super lonely starving on an island. Why would I kill my one pig friend? No, I wouldn't. Okay, but I'll keep reading because I might be wrong, okay? If you're starving on an island with only animals and a human, oh, okay, it's different. Would you eat the human or the animals? I wouldn't eat anyone. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't be able to stab somebody in the neck and kill them. Come on, could you? I couldn't. Why would I do that?
Hello?
Hello?
Sorry.
Okay, there you are. Just one sec, okay? And also, why do you have to force veganism on others? I'm not forcing you to be vegan. You have your own finger. Did I ask you to come here? Like, did I grab you? Did I wake you up and go, hello, come to my live stream? Okay, I didn't ask you to be here. I'm not forcing you. I'm just telling you what you already know in your heart, which is that being vegan is the right thing to do. And you're just at the right place to start. You came here because you're smart. You came to my live stream because you are kind and you don't want to hurt animals. And you came because you're curious. Hold on, I just 1 second, TikTok, because I have another quick super chat. Just let me read this out loud. Okay, this person is from Random Gamer, who gave a $5 donation. Thank you for that, by the way. Thanks for supporting the channel. Let me see what you wrote. Tommy in it. Nice vegan girls. Play button. Fruits and vegetables. Yes, you remember that, right? Tommy in it was a guy from years ago who was making videos, and he said that he wanted to meet some nice girls. So I told him he should meet some nice girls, and how he will meet them and impress them is by eating vegan foods. Then he will attract a nice vegan girl. Yeah, nice guy, that Tommy in it, I think. I don't know, though, if he's vegan or not. But yeah, that was a long time ago. Yeah, he was going to college at the time. All right, so here you go. Here's your card to read.
If everyone ate a vegan, plant-exclusive diet, we would help save the planet because we would reduce the amount of land we use for agriculture by 75%.
Yeah. Isn't that amazing? So knowing that this is so good for the planet, as well as health, and as well as protecting the animals, what do you think? Do you think that being vegan is a good idea?
I believe that eating meat is a good idea.
So why do you think
it helps strengthen your muscles?
Wait, hold on a second, okay? We're just talking about being kind. Do you think that you think it's okay to exploit and hurt animals? Or would you rather protect them?
Do you think it's okay to...
Answer my question or I'm going to flush you like this morning's shit.
Some studies have shown...
Answer my question. Answer my question. Do you think that you should protect animals or you should hurt them? Because if you're going to tell me you think you should hurt them, I'm going to get rid of you. But if you say that you want to protect animals, then we can work with that. Okay? Do you want to protect animals or do you want to hurt them?
It all depends on the type of animal. It all depends on the type of animal.
Okay, so then you're racist towards animals. You think it's okay to be kind only to cats, right? Also, you think it's okay to be kind to only dogs, right? Right. That's racism. If you are only kind to some animals and then you pay others, they pay people to stab others in the throat. That's racism towards animals, and that's called speciesism. And speciesism is the first form of racism that is taught to children. Now, racism is wrong, and so is speciesism. Now, I have a little doll here. You see this little doll? Look at her. She's cute, right? Now, hopefully you would not be racist towards her just because she looks different. That would be fucked up. We don't judge people by the color of their skin or how they look on the outside. We judge them by the contents of their character. Now, this little girl is not racist. She's vegan. See, she doesn't eat pigs, but she also doesn't eat cats. She doesn't eat, we don't know what animal this is. What do you guys think? Some people say they think it's a fox. Some people say it's a baby golden retriever. I don't know. right? But vegans are kind to all animals. This little girl, whose name is Regan is vegan. Isn't she cute? How could anybody ever be mean to somebody just because of the color of their skin? It's so fucked up. Racism is so stupid. Okay, so being vegan makes sense. Don't be racist towards the pig just because the pig is a different color. The pig is pink. Leave the pig alone. Let the pig live. Look at this little chick. Why eat a chicken just because the chicken looks different than the dog? All right. Hey, thank you guys. Thank you so much for all the hearts over here. Thank you also for the little roses, guys, on TikTok. And thank you for sharing the live stream. Really do appreciate you guys. Now we have 2,400 people watching over here on YouTube. You guys are all really smart, by the way. All right. I'm just going to tell you right now, just the fact that you stopped here and you came just out of curiosity, that makes you a smart person. Curiosity shows intelligence. If you're not curious to learn, then you're not a very smart person. All right, so I'm very proud of you guys for being here. All right, so you saw my necklace, right? It takes 100 clicks to become vegan. You're not going to be vegan if this is the first time you've ever heard of it. You probably won't, because you need to get 100 clicks. You have to know the difference between vegan and vegetarian, for example, and you have to give some thought. You know, the first thing you need to know is that you're going to be 100% healthy. Okay, so let's just get that going right there. Being vegan, you will be 100% healthy and probably healthier than you are now. Because by being vegan, you're going to reduce your chances of having cancer, heart attacks, strokes, and type 2 diabetes. All right, so it's just awesome. Okay, that's the first thing. But of course, veganism is not really about your health. It is about saving the animals, the innocent animals who are dying by the billions because we are forcing them to be pregnant. Now, it's really sad when you think about it. Look at this. You see this little cow? Okay, let's pretend that this is a mama cow. Now, in the industry, in the dairy industry, the bad farmer takes her and ties her up and lifts up her tail and forces her to be pregnant. That is so wrong, and we all know it. Cows want to be in charge of who they mate with. They don't want some human who's disgusting to put a big long glove all the way up to here on him and then shove his arm into the backside of an innocent cow. That's so fucked up. But that's what they do. And every time, there's 2,000 of you guys here on YouTube watching right now. Those of you who are just learning about it for the first time are probably thinking, that's crazy. What? Humans do what? Because I felt the same way. And then I watched the documentary called Dominion. Memorize it, guys. Write it in the comments. Watch Dominion.com. Watch Dominion on YouTube. Write it down. Watch Dominion on YouTube after this, and you'll know that it's true. Okay, this is made before AI, so don't go and say, oh, it's all AI. It is not. The meat industry is lying to you because they want you to buy meat. The egg industry is lying to you because they want you to buy eggs. The dairy industry is lying to you because they want you to buy milk. All right, oh, I have a super chat here. Let me just read this real quick. Metal Bees 46934. Thank you for the $5 donation from Australia, by the way. You write, if the world goes cannibalism, I don't know what you're saying. If the world becomes like a cannibalistic society, I guess you mean? Okay, all right, I'll go with it. I'll go with your hypothetical here. Vegans are on the menu first because they eat their greens. Vegans are on the menu because they eat their greens. Okay, I don't follow the logic, sorry. First of all, vegans are animals too. Okay, so if for some reason people start eating people, vegans would say, well, no, we don't want that. We don't agree with hurting the innocent. We don't agree with stabbing anybody in the throat, cutting off their head, and sticking them into styrofoam, right? But on this subject, okay, remember that veganism is about doing your best. So let's just say all of us here, okay, we're on a big plane and the plane crashes into a mountain way up north and you're on the hilltop and it's full of snow and you're freezing to death and there's no food, okay? But then there's some people that died in the plane wreck. Okay, yes, it would be okay to eat them. It would be okay to eat people who are already dead to save your life. Okay? But would it be okay for, this is an interesting thing about democracy, okay? The first time I thought about this, it was my dad who gave me this example. He said, here's the problem with democracy. Let's say there's 7 people in a boat, a little boat, and there's no food. Democracy would mean that everybody could vote who they're going to kill and eat in a little boat. Right? So let's say that you are the one they decide to eat. Suddenly you're not going to like democracy very much, right? But they're going to be like, well, it's democratic. We all of us voted that you're the one that we should eat first. It's like, no, right? So democracy isn't all it's cut out to be. But that's another subject. Okay, well, thank you very much, though, for your question, all right? Or whatever it is that you were trying to say here. But we don't have a cannibalistic world. So to talk about these things is just kind of silly. What we do have is a world where you and you guys on TikTok, you live near a grocery store. So there's no reason to harm animals anymore. Everybody here can be vegan. And you can start today. Okay? You're all on your way. Okay? Veggies, fruits, nuts, and seeds. Put them in your shopping cart. Because peace begins on your plate. So open up your heart. I have a super chat here. Let me grab this. Hold on. This is it's called, what? You donated $1.99 and your name is 12011XI and you wrote, play my game. I don't know what your game is, okay? I mean, I don't really play games in general. I mean, I don't play games. I don't like mind games and I don't like board games because I feel like my life has a greater purpose than to waste time playing a game. Okay, so, but maybe you'll find somebody else to play your game, whatever your game is. Let's go over here though to TikTok and get the next person in. We have somebody here whose name is Vegan Tattoo Artist.
Hello.
Welcome to the live stream, Vegan Tattoo Artist. Tell everybody a little bit about you, where you are in the world, and about your life right now.
Sure. I am in the States. I'm in America. I live in the South, so slightly more difficult place to be vegan according to some people, but not hard enough that you can't do it. Only because of other people's attitudes. But yeah, I'm a tattoo artist. I'm a vegan, and I'm a vegan for the animals. I just eventually realized that the main thing for me was recognizing I don't actually have to eat animals, and from there it was kind of easy to just stop. Once I realized it wasn't necessary, I just recognized I didn't want to hurt animals. I didn't have to. So as an adult man, I stopped.
All right. So you stopped eating cheese, is that right?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay. So would you like to make a vegan promise here to show people how easy it is to promise to stop eating cheese?
Absolutely.
All right. So here's the card. Please read the whole card. Now remember, guys, everybody here, if you want to make the promise with a vegan tattoo artist, you can do it, but only put your hand on your heart if you mean it. Right? Because there's nothing worse than breaking a promise to yourself, right? So if you're just practicing to make the vegan promise, just keep your hand here. Don't actually put it on your heart like this. Just practice. But hold on, I got a quick super chat here just to read. This is by TJ Guzman, 19, who donated $4.99 over here on YouTube. First of all, thank you very much for watching. Okay, I'm very proud of you for being kind and smart and curious. You have, no matter what you've written down here, all right, I don't know if it's going to be good or bad. A lot of times people write mean things, but just the fact that you are here shows that you are willing to get one of your clicks. It takes 100 clicks to become vegan. So you're on your way, everybody. All right, and it says here, can I tap, please, for the environment and all? Can I tap, please? I don't know what you mean. You're a tap dancer? You want to turn your camera on and do some tap dancing? Hey, Brian, what do you think it means here when he says, can I tap, please?
I don't know. I'm not cool, so I don't know what these kids talk about with their lingo, but it could be something racy. Tap can sometimes mean that, but maybe it's tap like you tap the screen.
So it says literally, yeah, I know, right? Tap the screen. You can tap the screen and there's little hearts that appear. But no, the person wrote, can I tap, please, with a question mark? And then the next sentence is, for the environment and all, question mark.
I think they have a crush on you.
Tap means crush? Okay.
I think so. I don't
know.
Young people in the chat tell us. We don't know. Yeah, I don't have a young person to ask. So my nieces are 11, but they're not.
All right. Well, look. I'm gonna press a heart on your comment because you're at least here. Okay, kind sir, but I don't really understand. Oh, hold on. Another one here. Okay. Oh, it means he wants to have a baby. Oh, you want to have a
I knew
baby
it.
with me? Well, I already have 3 babies. You know, they're adults now. They're in their 30s, and I have 2 grandbabies. But thanks for the offer. Maybe you could extend that offer to a nice vegan girl, but you have to be vegan first, okay? So a lot of vegan women are looking for nice vegan men because most of the people in the world are actually of vegans are women. But yeah, I don't actually. I just real yeah. It means he wants to have a baby. Okay. Anyway, hey, thank you for clarifying to now Hughes. Thank you very much for clarifying. Okay, hold on. Is this another one? Okay. It means, yeah, he wants to have a baby. Okay, I already read that. Okay, so vegan promise. Everyone put your hand on your heart. And Brian here is going to read the vegan promise. Do not put your hand on your heart if you're not serious about taking one of these vegan promises. There's many of them, okay? This is just about cheese. All right, so here you go. My vegan promise, no more dairy.
Okay. So yeah, my vegan promise, no more dairy. I promise to stop eating cheese that comes from cow's milk because I'm against the sexual assault of females. I don't want to pay sick in the head pedophile-like people to touch female cows' private parts because I know that, like children, animals do not have the intellectual capacity to consent to this crime.
Wow, very good. Thank you for reading that. Most people have a hard time reading this part, but it is true that if you are somebody who drinks milk, you are essentially some sort of a weird pedophile because you are touching female body parts of a cow who is just very young. I mean, they are just young when they are killed. They're just killed at 4 years old. And it's not okay to touch anyone inappropriately. It is not okay to lift somebody's tail up and to force your arm into them and force them to be pregnant. And, just be a good person and drink soy milk. What do you think?
Yeah, exactly. And I think people don't know, right? Like, I feel like people don't know that that's where milk comes from. The cow has to be forcibly impregnated with the sole intention of killing her baby and taking the milk that she made for her baby. People don't know that's where milk comes from. They don't know. So, yeah.
Yeah, and it's so weird, right? Isn't it that people have been lied to their whole lives? Like a lot of people, like even my own husband, he only learned that cows only produce milk when they are pregnant, like way later in life. Like we learn that in school, but of course it makes sense because we are mammals like cows, and I only had milk in my breast after my babies were born because that milk was meant for my babies. But now I don't have any because I'm not pregnant and I haven't just had a baby. Hold on, I have a super chat here by Pablos. Hey, Pablos. Thanks for being here. And thank you for the $4.99 donation. You guys on TikTok, and you can just keep reading this card if you haven't yet seen it. I'll just read it again. It's the Bible states, everything that lives and moves about will be food for you. Well, the Bible also says thou shalt not kill. Okay, and this is why I don't believe in the Bible. It's full of contradictions. The Bible says don't kill, and the Bible says don't steal. And you know what that means? Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. You know what that means? Be vegan at every meal. Everybody together. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. You know what that means? Be vegan at every meal. Yeah, Brian, trying to sing along to my crazy song. You're such a good sport. You know what? I love it when you come. It's so great. Would you like to read another card?
Yes, and also I know this isn't my live, but real quick to the Bible person, just so you know, the God created the world for vegans. The Garden of Eden, the original viewpoint for God was vegan, was plant-based. So God created us, if that's what you believe, which that's your choice. Yeah. God created us vegan. He created the world vegan, and then we fell from grace. So I wanted to mention that.
No, listen.
Go read Genesis if you guys have questions. Yeah.
Anytime you come to my live stream, feel free to interject at any time because I know you are an amazing vegan animal rights activist. Guys, everybody here on TikTok, you should be subscribing to Vegan Tattoo Artist. All of you should be subscribing to him. All right, because he is a true ethical vegan. He knows the answer to every single question in the same way that I do. And he should also have 1 million followers. So everybody go and follow him. You guys on YouTube, there's 1,300 of you guys right now. When you go afterwards to open up your TikTok accounts, go and follow Vegan Tattoo Artist. All right? And besides,
Thank you.
Yeah, he gives free tattoos to vegans. I haven't got one yet. I haven't got any tattoos yet. But you know, honestly, if I was ever going to get a tattoo, it would definitely be from you because you're vegan and because you seem like such a nice guy. And I'm sure I could withstand the pain
You
because,
definitely could. You're a mom. You could totally do it.
but I don't know. If I ever got a vegan tattoo, it would be something like, it would probably be on my hand where everyone could see it and would probably say something like, I don't know, just vegan, just stating that I'm vegan, you know, in case I'm at the hospital one day and they're just trying to put dead animals in front of me, they'll be able to see that I'm vegan. But I don't know. What would you suggest as a tattoo? If I was to get a vegan tattoo, let's say right on my hand somewhere, what would you
I mean,
suggest?
I guess it depends on what your intentions are. If you really wanted to use it to communicate in
Yes.
case of an emergency, then yes, on your hand, something like vegan only, please, or something. Yeah, maybe.
Well,
if
it
you
would
be
be,
vegan or-
yeah, it would be more than that. It would be also to start a conversation. Like people would see, like let's say I'm giving money at the cash or, you know, whatever I'm doing in life. If somebody would see it, see, that's the only way that I see the real value in getting a tattoo. This is me personally, okay? Personally, I think that tattoos, if you're going to get them, they shouldn't be hidden. They are a way to communicate who you are as a person, like the essence of your soul, and you have this real estate. I call it real estate, right? So you can have something written there that will help to make the world a better place. Like sometimes people have weird tattoos. Like I knew somebody who had one, like a picture of the Rolling Stone tattoo thing, like with the tongue sticking out. Like I don't get it. How does this make a world a better place? But
What if you put like on your hand? If you put "Ask me about my tattoo" and then under the tattoo it has the vegan symbol, then
Yeah.
it really invites people, right?
That would
I
be
mean,
cool.
ask me or put like a
Ask
question
me
mark.
about my tattoo, and then have
Yes.
like, yeah, the vegan symbol, yeah, like a V
Yes.
or a leaf or something. And then I
Yes.
would say, well, this means I'm vegan. I don't want to hurt animals.
Yeah.
That's
And people
cool.
don't- Yes,
Yeah.
and it only invites people that want to ask because people would see it, and if they didn't want to ask, then they'll just ignore it. But people who have a curious mind or more intellectual would be more likely to go vegan.
That is so smart. That is such a good idea, Brian. See, you guys,
No
see what I
problem.
mean? We have amazing vegan men. Vegan men are so awesome. They are so smart and so kind. Hold on, let me just read a super chat I have here. This is from somebody whose name is Chaos_Dave. Thank you, Chaos Dave. And I noticed that you gave a $5 here, and it is in European money. So thanks for that, because I'm in Italy right now. And it writes, how can I feed my cats vegan? Oh, well, there's a great group on Facebook called Vegan Cats. So these are all people who have found different kinds of brands of vegan cat food, and they show you how to integrate it. Because look, my dog eats vegan dog food. This is my dog's vegan dog food. It doesn't come in a small container like this. It comes in something much bigger. But I put it in here just to show you. So what would you say this looks like, Brian?
Looks like dog food. It kind of looks like brown Fruit Loops too.
Yeah, like little Cheerios or something like that. But they are made with entirely from plants. So can you read this, please, Brian?
Yes. This is what vet-approved vegan dog food looks like. It has taurine in it. Google it.
Yeah. So look, you can feed your dog 100% vegan dog food. This is great. They also have vegan cat food. And by the way, my dog is 11 and a half now, and she's been eating this since 2017. Okay, 2017, that's a long time. So she's perfectly healthy. Her teeth are normal and healthy. She has nice breath. Her gums are normal and healthy. Like if you lift up her mouth there and you look, it's just like no cavities, nothing gross, nothing brown. It's incredible. And so she also has perfect fur, and her pee is normal, her blood work is normal. So she's just a normal dog, guys. And you don't have to pay hundreds of people to kill hundreds of animals. But when it comes to cats, well, cats are a bit more finicky. You know what cats are like. They're kind of snobby. They're like, I don't feel like eating that today. So, but there is vegan cat food, and there are ways to integrate the old cat food with the new cat food. All right, I know people who have had vegan cats for years, and they seem to be perfectly healthy. All right, so hey, I'm not a veterinarian, I'm not an expert, but look into it, okay? Chaos Dave, and thank you very much for the $5 donation. It's a great question. All right, do you want to read another card?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so this is another vegan promise, and this is, I promise to stop drinking cow's milk. And it says because I'm against stealing. So why do you think that I say that being against stealing? What does that have to do with the animals, Brian? Can you explain that to people?
Yeah, for sure. So, with any animal, anything that we take from them, and milk included, we're taking it away from them without their consent. We're taking it away from their bodies, and then we take their very lives. So we're taking something that they didn't want to ever give us.
It's right. So we're essentially stealing from animals, whether it is their milk, their eggs, their bodies, their freedom, their joy, and yeah, or their babies or their lives. So yeah, so this is a promise, my vegan promise, no more dairy. And now Brian is going to read this. Oh, hold on, I just got another super chat here from Canada. Hey, to the person, your account is like Geometry Dash. I first heard about that game because there's a guy, I forget his name. He was playing it, and I did a video about him and told him he should be vegan. I forget who that was. Maybe you could remind me. Anyway, it says, if you love animals so much, why eat some animal food? Some animals eat plants. Some animals eat plants, yes, like giraffes, right? But I'm not up in the trees eating their food. They have their food, and we have our food. Elephants have their food. They're vegan, and we have our food. Okay, just like when you're eating at a dinner table, I wouldn't walk up to you and say, why are you eating your brother's food? Because you would say, I'm not. I'm eating my food, and my brother's eating his food. Okay, so that's a silly thing to write. I do appreciate the fact that you gave a $10 donation, but instead, next time, why don't you write, Miss Katie, thank you for being vegan. All right, or tell me that you are vegan. That would be a nicer thing to write. One more super chat here before we get Brian to read this card here. I'll just leave it here so you guys on TikTok can get a little sneak peek. So Pablo writes, Pablo, thank you for the $4.99 donation. Pablo writes, animals cannot consent because they aren't rational creatures with a conscious mind. You're right. Well, they have a conscious mind to a certain degree, but they cannot consent to being raped or killed or to become pregnant. You're right. So now you have, okay, I have two parts. Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. Okay, well, Jesus is dead, actually. But he did seem like a nice guy. And I'm pretty sure that if Jesus was beside me right now, actually, Brian, what do you think that Jesus would say if he was beside me right now on the screen? What would he say to the audience, and what would he say to me?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great question. I think the question I would think is, which side would he be on? The side of people who are unnecessarily harming animals, or the side of people who are fighting against the harm of animals? I don't know how Jesus would unalive an animal or kill an animal that he doesn't have to kill. I don't think Jesus would walk into a slaughterhouse and go, yes, you've taken my word that I've given you to love one another and used it to put 6-month-old piglets into gas chambers. Thank you, my children. So if he was beside you, I think he would definitely support you, of course.
Yeah, I mean, if I was sitting beside Jesus right now, okay, picture that Jesus is here, and it is time to eat. And so there's a little baby pig, there's a 6-month-old baby pig, which is what you guys eat. That's a pig is turned into bacon, sausage, ham, all of that is pig. A 6-month-old baby pig, pepperoni, salami. If Jesus was beside me right now and I said, Jesus, should we kill this 6-month-old baby pig, or should we eat all of the lentils? Look, there's a bowl of lentils over there. There's a bowl of chickpeas. There's a bowl of rice. There's a bowl of vegan chili. Oh, look over there, Jesus. There's a vegan pizza. Should we kill the baby pig, or should we eat all the vegan foods? We all know what Jesus would say. He would say, eat the vegan food. And having said that, let's go to our next promise. So Brian is reading promises here. I think I've got everybody here. Hold on. Just make sure I've read all those. Okay. Oh, one more. Okay, another super chat. This person is Mai and gave $5 Canadian. Thank you so much, by the way, for being here. And you wrote, women's breasts are not supposed to be sexualized. Okay, you're right. Yeah, because women's breasts belong to them and their baby. There's no biological thing about it. I mean, milk does not come from cows' private body. Well, whose body does the cow's milk come from if not the cow? It's so weird. Okay, we're talking about not sexually assaulting the mother cows and forcing them to be pregnant. I think you got a little bit mixed up there. All right. So anyway, Brian is going to read my vegan promise right now. Guys, everybody, if you want to take a vegan promise, now's the time. Put your hand on your heart. You're all at the right place to start, but do not put your hand on your heart if you don't mean it, okay? Just keep your hand a little bit away, because there's nothing worse than breaking a promise to yourself, okay? You are your own best friend in this life, okay? So don't make promises to yourself that you're going to break. love yourself and treat yourself well. Now, here's the vegan promise. You ready, Brian?
Yes, I'm ready. Okay, my vegan promise: no more dairy. I promise to stop drinking cow's milk because I'm against stealing. I'm also against paying people to steal on my behalf. Since I wouldn't want anyone to take the milk from human mothers and babies that I love, I also don't want anyone to steal milk from animals either.
Thank you. Thank you so much for reading that. What a great job you did. How do you feel about what's written here? Was it an easy promise for you to make?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it seems like a no-brainer, right?
Yeah, well, it's funny, once people go vegan, it's so strange when we look back, and I wonder how did I ever justify these? I wish that I remembered so that I could understand non-vegans better, but I don't know what the heck I was telling myself. And it seems so weird to look back. I don't know what I was doing in my head.
Right. You know what? I do remember what I was doing in my head. See, I was vegetarian for years, okay? So I became vegan before the internet, a vegetarian before the internet. And I have 3 children who were like my youngest, I think, was like 10, my son 11, my daughter like 13, around that age, or even yeah. We were becoming vegetarian at the time. And then I was going to try to be vegan, and people said to me, your kids are really thin. Like, this is dangerous. Their brains are not going to develop. I was like, oh, I was all worried, right? So I thought, okay, what I'll do instead is I'll just keep the eggs and I'll keep the milk, but we won't eat the animals. Not realizing like how terribly the animals are being treated, and just playing like these mental gymnastics in my mind. But you know, when you're a mom and you have your own kids to take care of, I kind of forgive myself because I just didn't know that they would be okay. Now I know. Now all the information is out there. There's vegans doing live streams on TikTok, on YouTube. We know being vegan is healthful for all stages of development. All you have to do is give your kids a wide variety of healthy foods. And so when I knew better, I changed. But it's also interesting because when I was vegetarian and thinking about being vegan, I was playing all these weird games with myself. I literally started, Brian, it's so embarrassing. I started putting like point systems. Like, I'm like, okay, I can't remember what I did, but it was something like I had a chart. I'm like, okay, if you eat an animal, it's like -10. But if you eat ice cream, it's only -5. Like, or something like that, right? I was like, but then it's like sort of.
People do though. Yeah, like less directly. I think that's sort of subconsciously what people do. They look at like the level of harm they think that they're causing, and
Right.
they think that dairy and eggs are like a 1 instead of a 5, right? A -5.
Exactly. And so I was trying to figure out this whole chart, and I was like trying to do it with some neighbors, because I was like, okay, let's be vegan together. These were vegetarian neighbors, a couple of couples that my husband and I were hanging out with. But we ended up not being friends with any of them because they just were not getting it. Like, as we were working towards, at one point I said, guys, this makes no sense. Like, we are really playing some mental gymnastics here. Like, we need to be vegan. This is just no way around it. They're like, well, we don't see anything wrong with having a few eggs once in a while. I'm like, but you're paying people to kill baby boy chicks in that industry. Brian, do you want to explain to people what happens to the little baby boy chicks?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so in the egg industry, you have to have hens. That's who lay eggs, and in order to get those hens, you have to breed chickens. So you have breeding facilities where billions of female, hens are hatched. But you imagine a big conveyor belt, and on that conveyor belt are a bunch of eggs. And as the eggs hatch, as they come down the conveyor belt, they arrive to somebody who will check to see if they are male or female. So if the chick is hatched right there in their very first minute of life, if they're seen to be a male, they're thrown into a blender. It's called a macerator, MACER, and they're blended up alive. If they're female, they're thrown into a cage to be exploited until they die. So we blend up 8 to 9 billion baby male chicks every year.
Just think about that, guys. I know it's hard to imagine the difference between a million and a billion because you start to think it's just such a large amount. But a billion, billions and billions of baby chicks ground up alive. It is so many innocent little babies. Look, they never did a single thing wrong. And if you don't believe Brian and I, just look at the videos. The little baby chicks come like this on the conveyor belt, and then they're going down. The knives are here. They're just they're blades. They're going like this. Little baby chick is like, What the fuck is going on? Little baby chick tries to flap his wings. Like, I don't want to go down there. All my brothers are being killed. But it doesn't work. The baby cannot fly yet. And he goes down into the blades and he is chopped up into a million pieces into this mush of blood and guts. And that is why we never eat eggs. And that is why everybody must be vegan from now on. Brian, I want to thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for being vegan. Thank you for speaking up for the animals. Thank you for having me as well.
Thank you for being such a good man. Guys, if you haven't yet heard me say so, please follow Vegan Tattoo Artist over on TikTok. He truly is a great guy. And if you need a tattoo and you live in the south of the United States, he's your man. Thank you. Thank you. I love when you come. You truly have made my day. Every time you come, you make me smile. You give me hope. You know? You give me hope. Because, guys, and this should be for all of you women out there as well. There are good vegan men. They are, and they're strong, and they're good. You know, just think about it. A vegan man is like the perfect man because he is strong enough mentally to go against society. He's strong enough mentally to not allow other men to bully him into eating innocent animals. Vegan men know that their job is to protect the innocent. Vegan men are awesome. They really are. And I'm very lucky to have a vegan husband. All right, so let me go over here. I have a super chat here. Let me read this one. This is by somebody named Matt Howell, 6535. Thank you for the $4.99 donation. Now, because you donate $4.99, your comment stays on the screen a little bit longer than some other people. So I'll be able to read it. Here it says, so we can't take any medications because most have been tested on animals, which can be fatal for them, just so we can live healthy lives? No sense. Okay, so Matt, remember the definition is that we don't exploit animals as far as is possible, right? So for example, Tylenol, it's been around for years, but way back in the day, it was most likely tested on some animals, but they're not testing Tylenol on animals anymore. That was done, I have no idea. I'm gonna do some research actually. Okay? But yes, it's okay to take a Tylenol if you have a headache because you are not exploiting animals today. Obviously, we want a vegan world where they don't test on animals. And scientists, thankfully, have found new ways to test medications and do all kinds of procedures without actually hurting animals. All right? So remember, being vegan means you do your best as much as possible. So sometimes people, for example, ask me, what happens if a mosquito is attacking you? And I say, well, I tried to get the mosquito away. I might go, hey, go somewhere else. But if I'm in a tent at night and I can't sleep and the mosquito is constantly attacking me, here, yes, you are allowed to kill a mosquito. You are allowed to act in self-defense. Vegans are allowed to protect themselves, just as if Dracula came and tried to bite into my neck. I would be allowed to say, hey, buzz off, even to the point of unaliving somebody. You're allowed to defend yourself, same as if any animal attacks us, okay? But the difference is that we don't deliberately hurt the animals. This pig, because I ate bacon in the past, I paid somebody to kill a baby pig at 6 months old. This is heart-wrenching for me to think about. This makes me so sad to know that I did this. I am so sorry. I ate pizza in the past that had pepperoni on it and salami. That was never okay. I didn't have to have bacon bits anywhere, ever. So when you know better, you do better, right? Isn't that what good people do? Right? If you make a mistake, you apologize and say, shit, that wasn't okay. An apology always has 3 parts. The first thing you do is you say, I'm sorry, I was wrong. And you say, because. I say, I'm sorry, I was wrong. You say what the thing was. And you say, it's wrong because. So I'm sorry that I wasn't vegan earlier. It's wrong because I should have done more research, or I should have been braver. And then you say, in the future, I will be as vegan as possible and help to undo the harm by talking about it. Okay? Does that make sense, Matt? I hope I responded to your question okay. Right? I hope so. Okay, we have another super chat here. This is $9.99 from somebody named Pablo. Now, Pablo's comment is in yellow, and that means it's going to stay quite a while, which is great because look how much room. Pablo can write a lot of sentences. I'm going to read the whole thing. God permitted us to eat animals. No, he didn't. And if he did, then something's wrong with him. Okay? If your dad permits you to eat a cat or to kick a dog, it's not okay. It doesn't mean that he's right. Okay? God, if God was good, he would never want that. But if God permitted you to eat animals, then you need to find a better God. You need to find a better religion. I'll keep reading though. So we may be able and healthy. So we may be able to know. Well, you can be healthy without eating animals. Because plants have protein, they really, really do. Being vegan is healthy, you know it's true. Plants have protein, they really, really do. So why the fuck aren't you vegan yet? No more excuses for you. Pablo, no more excuses for you. All right, so we've gone over it. You're saying that God wants us to eat animals? No, that's wrong. Okay, I don't think he does. But if he does, then you need a new God. Okay, Pablo? Second thing is you don't realize you can be healthy as a vegan. Yes, you can, Pablo. So those are the two arguments gone. See what else you write. Animals cannot speak, nor can they think rationally. Well, I don't know what that has to do with anything, but animals are speaking all the time to each other and with their body language. Don't tell me that if you see a cat curling up in the corner and looking like this, that you can't tell what they're saying. They're saying, I'm scared. If you see a cat like this, you know the cat is angry. If you see a cat rubbing up against your leg, you know the cat is happy. And don't tell me that animals can't speak. And that goes for all animals. If you don't know, then just research it. Pigs feel and they speak to their babies. They sing to their babies. And you can tell when a pig is happy, when a pig is actually allowed to be free and running around and rolling in the grass. I mean, don't be completely ridiculous. Right? So that's the third thing. What else you write? Jesus did not die on the cross for cows, but you and me and our sins. Jesus loves you. Okay, first of all, I'll agree with the end. Jesus loves me. If Jesus is somehow alive, although we all know Jesus is dead, but let's just assume that Jesus is beside me. Of course Jesus loves me. Of course Jesus loves me because I'm protecting animals. But you, he doesn't love you because you are justifying violence. You know, this is the irony of it all. I don't even believe in God. I don't believe that Jesus is listening to me right now. But if either of them exist and they're kind, I am going to heaven. But you're not. Because you are paying for violence. And you are coming here on you're actually paid $9.99 to put a comment here justifying being cruel to animals. Just think how fucked up that is. If Jesus could read this right now, he'd be rolling his eyes and saying, what the fuck are you doing, Pablo? My goodness, I'm going to go on to wait, there was something I didn't address here, okay? So Jesus didn't, you're saying Jesus didn't die. Jesus was murdered, okay? And he died on a cross shaped like the letter T, okay? Letter T kind of looks like the first letter of tofu. You know what I mean? Okay? My goodness. Be vegan already. Just stop with the nonsense. Okay, from Canada. The Geometry Dash writes, your name is Geometry Dash, and you're from Canada, and you paid $5 to write 3 words. Guys on TikTok, it's crazy over here on YouTube. Person wrote, I like food. Okay. Well, thanks for telling us. But here's the thing, okay? I like the person whose name is like Geometry Dash. I think everybody likes food, so I'm not sure why you wrote this. You wrote that you like food. Everybody likes food. I mean, I'm just thinking, okay, my granddaughter, she's 6. Does she like food? Yeah. My grandson, he's almost 1. Does he like food? Yeah. You know, my husband, does he like food? Yeah. Do you like food? Yeah. Does everybody here like food? Like, everybody likes food. So I'm not sure why you paid money to tell me that you like food, but yeah, thank you for the donation, but maybe write something a little bit more helpful to the animals? I don't know. But then again, hey guys, guess what? It's 9 o'clock in the morning here. And in different places of the country right now, I'm Sunday morning. So in different places of the country, of the world, it's still Saturday night. So maybe some of the people writing in are, they're just smoking a bit and they're a little stoned. Maybe they're drunk. I don't know. But anyway, thank you for the donation. All right, appreciate you. All right, let's keep going here. I'm going to the next next person. This person named Secret Spam, who's going to come in and read a card. Secret Spam, Secret Spam.
Hello.
Why is your account called Secret Spam instead of Vegan Animal Defender?
It's just called Secret Spam because I just usually use it to just post some random videos and just repost stuff
Okay.
for fun.
All right, so you're going to change your name though, okay? What's your first name?
Okay,
What's your first name?
Hannah.
Hannah for the animals.
Okay.
Isn't that a nice name? Okay, Hannah for the animals. It doesn't even mean you're necessarily vegan yet, but it means you are on your way. You're getting your clicks. You are here, I believe, for the animals in general. Wouldn't you say you're for the animals and not hurting them?
Yeah.
Right. So that's a great name for you to start with, okay? Afterwards, you can
Okay.
change it. You can change it to Hannah is vegan now, or Hannah vegan. Pretend that vegan is your last name, like your surname. But anyway,
Yeah.
it's a great name. Just write Hannah for the animals, and then start to post content to make the world a better place, Hannah, because the animals need you. You ready to read a card?
Yes.
All right. Here's a card. Random vegan fact number 3. Guys, don't forget to take screenshots of this and keep them in your photo album in your phone. People have albums called vegan cards.
Oh.
Vegan cards, right?
If you're not vegan, you're paying people to kill the animals.
Okay, I'm so sorry that you're having a giggle fit, okay? I'm going to get somebody else to read. Let's go to the next person. Oh, hold on. I have this person on YouTube. Thank you for the $2 donation. Person writes, people have feelings and you don't realize it. You don't think I realize that people have feelings? That's such a strange thing to say. Of course I realize that people have feelings. That's why I'm here, to appeal to their feelings. I'm here to remind them that they are feeling people who don't want to hurt chickens. I'm here to remind them that they have the capacity to have empathy. So when you write to me this weird thing, like people have feelings and you don't think I realize that people have feelings. Of course I do, or I wouldn't be here on social media reminding you to act with your own feelings in mind, with having empathy for others. Of course you have feelings, silly. Okay, write something else, okay? Put another super chat, and this time make it make more sense, okay? I want you to admit that, of course, I know that people have feelings. I want you instead to write something. Look, guys in the comments, I'm going to give you guys some jobs, okay? Hold on. Some of you don't know what to do with your time, okay? So somebody named Reese Jennings, your job is to write Watch Dominion on YouTube, okay? Type it down 10 times, copy paste it, and just spam it, okay? Watch Dominion on YouTube, because I want that to go into everybody's heads, okay? Another person who wants a job, let me see. Okay, the person, Rosemary. Rosemary, you want a job, right? You don't know what to write, so you're just writing random stuff. So Rosemary, your job is to write eat tofu, okay? Write it, copy it, put a cute little design at the end if you want, like a heart or something, and just spam that 10 times, okay? That's your job. Let's see, everybody on TikTok over here. You guys want jobs too? Hold on, let me give a job to, what is going on? A bunch of you guys are just subscribing. I'm so sorry, I didn't even notice it. Okay, you guys on TikTok who are just subscribing to the account, I'm gonna read your names out loud. Hold on. Thank you. Okay, who do we have? Jeremy, thank you for subscribing. May, thanks for subscribing. Thank you to, oh, you're following Gabby and Sarah and Annie and Unknown. Thanks, guys, for subscribing. Thank you to Charlie. Thank you to Duncan. Thank you to Buddy. Thank you to Sky. Thank you to AR. Okay. Oh, thank you to Frieza for the little hand finger heart. You guys, you're so kind. Thank you, Marissa, for subscribing. Thank you, Jenny, for subscribing. Aw, thanks for saying you subscribed to me before, whoever you are. Hold on a second. Artemis, too. Artemis, thank you for saying you subscribed to me. You guys are so kind. Really do appreciate you because you're helping me to make the world a better place. I can see something out of my peripheral vision over here on YouTube. I saw a yellow popping up, and the yellow means it's a super chat. And oh, hold on, there's also a blue one. The blue one is from Aiden. Hey, Aiden. Aiden Ho 0626. Thank you very much for supporting the channel, Hayden, for that super chat. And the one in yellow stays on the screen a bit longer. And this person is Pablo. Oh, Pablo's back. Hold on, I'm gonna get a drink of my coffee with soy milk. All right, hold on. All right, I'm ready for you, Pablo. Pablo writes, I love you, vegan teacher. Oh, okay. I was getting ready because I didn't know if it was going to be kind. Thank you, Pablo. God bless you. But, oh, here comes a but. Pablo, why did you have to write a but? Why couldn't you just say, I love you, vegan teacher, God bless you? Can we just end it there, Pablo? Do I have to read the rest? Okay, I'll read the rest. But what you have said is completely blasphemous. Okay. Well, blasphemous, I don't have a problem with blasphemy. I have nothing wrong with saying the truth, okay? Look, if God exists, really, and God is good, really, God is so proud of me, even if I tell him to fuck off and that he's lazy. Do you understand? Like, if God is truly kind and truly brave and compassionate, he's going to totally understand my heart. My heart is to tell him, why the fuck did you invent lions who are going to rip be zebras apart? Thank you, TikTok. Thank you, Buggy. I saw that. I saw you put a heart on the screen. Big pink heart. I appreciate you very much. Big hug to you, okay? All right, hold on. I'm just going to continue, guys, on TikTok. I'm just reading over here. All right, anyway. Okay, you wrote, you can't judge others and condemn them. You are literally judging me right now. Pablo. Do you not see the irony? You're telling me to judge others. Of course I judge others. Ow. Of course I judge others. Of course I'm going to judge you if you kick a cat. Of course I'm going to judge you if you cut the head off of a dog and start eating the dog. Of course I'm going to judge you if you hurt any animals. Hello? And now you're here saying that I'm judging, but you're judging me because I'm judging. Do you not see? Silly. Okay. Okay, I can't condemn them to hell. I'm just saying that if it truly says in the Bible that you go to hell if you're a bad person, cutting the heads off of innocent animals, making them scream and cry and bleed to death is pretty much one of the worst things you can do. Of course you're going to hell if you do that. If hell exists, which I don't believe it does. See, I don't believe in fairy tales. I don't believe that there's a sky daddy out there. I'm just being honest. Religion was created to control you. Okay? At some point, humans realized, holy shit, the human race sucks. The human race is full of bad people. So what are we going to do? Oh, they got into a group and they said, guys, here's what we're going to do. We're going to pretend there's a sky daddy watching all of them. We're going to tell them there's a sky daddy watching to see if they're good or bad. So all the people will be good, even when nobody's watching. You see, that's why religion was created. Now, sometimes I feel like pretending that I'm Christian just so I can continue that message. Okay, here, watch me pretend, all right? Guys, we all have to be good because God is watching us. We have to not hurt animals. We have to be kind. Otherwise, we're going to go to hell. God's watching everything you do. So if you are right now, for example, eating animals, be very careful. You're not going to go to heaven, okay? Okay. All right, thank you. I just got a message from somebody, but here, let me just keep reading this. We are all sinners and all deserve hell. Jesus Christ loves all. We're all sinners. Well, I don't think I'm a sinner. I don't think I'm a sinner. I wake up in the morning, I think, how can I be a good person? I try not to steal. I try not to lie. Oh, I do lie sometimes if it's appropriate, because I think it's right to lie sometimes. To help to make the world a better place. But, well, let me take that back. Actually, I think, we all lie a little bit socially. We might pretend that we like something that we don't because we don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. But ideally, we don't lie at all. And I try to be a kind of friend that says the truth all the time. Now, there's a way to say the truth in a loving way, right? But you're saying that we're all sinners. And I don't think that I'm a sinner because my intentions are always good. Do I make mistakes? Yes. Do I screw up sometimes? Yes. Do I lose my temper like everybody else sometimes? Yeah. Right? But I don't think that I'm a sinner. I don't believe that I go around and do bad things on purpose ever. Right? Maybe you do, Pablo. But look, thank you for the donation and thank you for being as vegan as possible going forward. Thank you for being smart enough to listen, okay? It takes 100 clicks until you're vegan. Got to get the message in your head and in your heart, but you're all, at the right place to start. And I'm so, so proud of you guys. right? So I want to tell you one thing, okay? This is really important. Every single person here watching is suffering in some way. I know that. Right? Over here on TikTok, for example, somebody, their boyfriend just broke up with them. And you're sad. Okay? Over here on YouTube, somebody just found out that their son has cancer or their mom has cancer, and you're sad. Somebody is angry because somebody had something stolen from them, okay? There are thousands of you guys watching right now, and somebody had something stolen from them. I know, and that makes you angry, right? Somebody stole something. I don't know, your phone, your car keys, your wallet, your purse, a jacket that you left somewhere. I don't know. Somebody stole something from somebody. And you're angry, right? But here's the thing. Whatever happens in your life, do not take it out on the innocent animals. Look at these animals, okay? Animals have done nothing to you. Nothing. Don't take out your anger on them. Remain a good person. Remain strong and vegan. No matter what happens in the world, do not pay anyone to hurt animals ever. You're going to be so much more proud of yourself, okay? And I'm here, always remembering and thinking about you, okay? I love you guys for trying. I do. And I respect those of you who are trying so hard to be as vegan as possible, given the circumstances that you live in. I know it's not easy in this vegan-phobic world, okay? But give yourself a big hug. Give yourself a big hug. Really, I mean it. Put your hands on your heart, on yourself right now and push your elbows into your chest. Give yourself a hug because you are trying. If you're a good person, you deserve a hug. Give yourself a hug. You will always be there. People come and go in your life. People die. People leave you. People abandon you. People don't respond to texts. But you will always be there for yourself. So be your own best friend and treat yourself like when you were little. Imagine that you're taking care of 5-year-old you who's innocent and doesn't want to hurt anyone. Feed yourself healthy foods. And for those of you who need to hear it, stop smoking. My goodness, stop vaping. Stop all this nonsense of hurting yourself. Okay, don't cut yourself. Don't eat too much. Don't eat too little. Love yourself so that you can help to take care of the world, okay? And I love you guys for trying. And I'll see you in the next live stream, okay? TikTok? Love you guys. Oh, you guys are YouTube. Getting mixed up. I'm so sorry. This is YouTube. This is TikTok. Okay. YouTube, I'll say goodbye to you guys first, okay? I love you guys. I'll see you in the next live stream, okay? Don't forget to press the notification bell so you don't miss the next live stream, okay? If you subscribe, there's a bell. Press the notification.